Alrighty guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be spawning in on Rancid. Now I want to let you guys know at the start of the video that I am in a 3-man pre-made, including myself and the one solo queue gamer, believe it or not, is the Nia to my right hand side in this lovely bright red shirt. Now stacking on this gen is going to get it done really quick, however we have an Oni coming towards us. The issue here is we cannot afford to take a free hit from him. He would have seen that. Oh, I'm going to leave off that. That way I can utilize the shack if I need to. You have to be very careful. If you give Oni a free hit and he starts building his ability, he can snowball the entire game off one hit. So you got to be very careful of when you decide to give him the freebies. Now the good news is he doesn't have Ruin. The bad news is you're probably running the Oni meta build, and you might be wondering what that is. That's going to be Monitor and Views, that's going to be Barbecue and Chili, Pop Goes the Weasel, and Infectious Fright. Alternatively, you might be looking at Tinkerer rather than Monitor and Abuse, but generally a lot of Onis will stick to the Oni meta. Now what do we know? We got that one teammate. He left Chase. The killer's already lost a gen. I think that would have been 2 people on that. I'm not 100% sure based on how long the trial's been started. But we're going to pump through this. The good news is they're both on opposite ends of the board. That tells us what? That tells us this Oni does not have Corrupt Intervention. That's good. He doesn't have Ruin. So then that helps me feel more inclined to the first build that I said with Monitor, Pop, Barbecue, etc. She's going to be showing off those flash moonwalking skills. Wonderful news, beautiful. Alright, we're going to get this gen done. We're going to go look at trying to do something in the middle of the map. Somebody has already been hit. That's not bad for 2 gens. Think of it as Michael Myers getting out of stage 1 for 2 gens. Now they're going to be leaving a constant trail of blood. Based on the fact she went left, I'm going to go right. I can see where he's looping the Oni. Let's apply pressure towards this generator. We have 2 teammates unaccounted for. Technically 1 because we know where Nia is and she just finished a gen. Now what does Oni do after all this information provided? He's going to utilize a window because he forced Oni to run it in the wrong direction. You have to be very careful of movement like that. It'll turn around and bite you in the bottom. Survivor will generally want you to know what direction they're running, and when they do that, they try and make themselves look silly, so you run the wrong way because you run the shortest way, so then they can utilize windows and vaults, etc. It's a common strategy you'll see a lot of survivors do, including myself. Alright. Looks like he's committing to this chase, but have you noticed what he's not doing? He's not grabbing blood. He should be lifting his hand up periodically every couple of seconds to absorb the blood from the survivor. She's leaving a trail. There you go. He lifted it up then, I think. I think he did. So he needs to keep absorbing this blood, because if he doesn't get his ability, now you might be wondering what his ability does. He will do a large scream. He will lift the hammer off of his back, and he will use that as a weapon. And basically what that'll allow him to do, he's going to have Pop Goes a Weasel, so let's let him hook right now. Let's hope he comes to the right here. That's Kindred. Let's get this save. There goes Pop. No brutal strength on that either. We'll take the fast fault. See how he responds. He's chasing the same guy, which is good. He didn't have Pop Goes a Weasel. I'm not 100% sure on this guy's build. I think it's a little bit interesting knowing he had nothing to stall the game. He might be going for an adept Oni kind of game. My teammate's got a really strong jungle gym. If she needs to run to me to take a hit, I will. But she can still utilize a pallet. I did hook save her, so if she does have Dead Hard, it will be an option right now. That's bad. He's got his ability. Now he's going to be running at 195% movement speed with a multi-hit instant down dash with no penalty towards collision. Oni is a very scary individual. I have to be careful because this massive hammer... Alright, he was going to do an incredible lunge. There you go. He really stuffed that up. You've got to be careful because he can do an insane turn as well. And he can pop right back out and apply the pressure to me. Took a hit and gave him the pallet, but might have decisive strike. Killer's breaking the pallet on that second hit. I'm in trouble here. I don't know if I'll be able to curve the corner in time. I will. Can he flick? He could not flick then. That was good. Looking for another demon dash. Now, Oni can hit these hits. He can't afford to leave because this gen is nearly done, but he wants to get another instant down. He has that for 45 seconds. They completed another gen. That just goes to show you survivors working in different areas and how important time management is as a killer. If you overcommit to your chases, this could actually happen to you. You can hear another survivor coming in. We're only going to have time to heal him once. Let's let him get to a better position. Notice we're both running behind him, so we're both available to take a hit if we need to. Looks like we're actually okay here. He has to be careful. He has a pallet over here if he needs to. I'm going to walk in front now at an angle where I can block him. There we go. And let's see what happens towards this door. He doesn't need to worry about taking a hit for me. I haven't been hooked. Door's been prepped as well. I wouldn't mind a heal from my allies so I can get back into the fray, but at the same time, this Oni will probably have his enrage ability by my other teammate taking a hit. Every time Oni hits a survivor on full health, he gets 45% of his rage, so keep this kind of thing in mind. We We might get punished here in the... No, we're okay. We've got plenty of room, and we managed to make it out as well. It was pretty interesting to see him decide to change directions then, but we managed to make it just in time as well. So let's have a look at how this trial ends. This is a very fast game. I did stay away from the killer. I applied pressure, but like I said before, this is why it's so important to be careful of your time management and not overcommitting to certain chases. This player can get outweighted by Oni. That's all he has to do right now, is just outweight him. So this player needs to use line of sight by blocking the killer. This player does have self-care alongside body knowledge with a med kit too, so they are going to be able to heal faster. He has to be careful. He doesn't have dead hard. It's a bit of an interesting build. So how will this trial end? We're about to find out. He needs to wait for Oni to double back on himself like that, and needs to run straight towards the shack when he does it, or break line of sight. Because right now he's not breaking line of sight, and all Oni's doing is waiting for that timer at the top of the screen, referred to as the endgame collapse. Notice how he's going a lot later on his delayed hits now. My teammate's waving at him, telling him he can take the hit for him if he needs to. You want to know the play here? If my teammate runs straight to him and starts healing him on this side of the pallet, Oni needs to lunge and hit the closest target. And if that happens, they can both run for the door. However, he has his ability in rage now, and unfortunately we missed the action there with the other guy taking the hit for him. So all they need to do is just sandbag. This guy has to be very careful because Oni has his enrage. He should activate it straight away. He already did. Has to be very careful because he's out of time. I don't think Oni's going to go far. He might break the pallet and then come back. Looks like he is going to the other end of the map. Anyways, that's going to be an educational, informative rank 1 survivor game. A lot of gens got done really quickly that game, but like I said before, it just shows you how important time management is. It was a rank 2 game because I actually de-pipped. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for more educational, informative Dead by Daylight survivor and killer content like this. If you guys want to learn a little bit more firsthand, feel free to pop into the live streams I do over at Twitch. I stream DVD 5 days a week. Anyways, guys, that is all, and I'll see you in the fog in the next video. Have a good one.